All right, it's 7:50. And we're going to go into the aftermath of the Council of State reruns. Yesterday, there was also a rerun in the Northeast region. And the election was won by Alhaji Saka Abuba. And he joins us on the line this morning. Good morning, Alhaji, and thank you very much for your time.
Thank you. Good morning.
And congratulations, I believe, are in order. How do you feel about your election to the Council of State?
Well, the election was okay for me. Everything went smoothly. There was no problem. The Electoral Commission was able to conduct the elections very well.
Now, you haven't been elected to represent the Northeast region at the Council of State. Will be working with your other 15 colleagues in advising the president on key issues in running this country. What do you... Yes. Alhaji, can you hear me? Now, I'm saying that along with your 15 other members of the Council of State, your job will be, in certain instances, to support the president with wise counsel. What are you bringing to the table? How do you see your inclusion in the Council of State helping the president administer his office?
There are certain things that we have to, in the Northeast region in particular, there are so many issues that we need to bring to the table for the president. Hello?
Yes, sir. Please speak. We can hear you, sir.
Well, the network is just too bad. I can't hear you.
Well, we can hear you.
But your question, I can't hear your question well.
Okay, so the question is...
Let you call back.
All right, we're going to try and speak to Alhaji Saka Abuba, who is the member who won the election in the Northeast region.
The Sausage Breakfast Show.
We'll be joined by Jonathan Ofori as well. He'll be bringing us up to speed on what happened in the Ashanti region. But, Kojo, a number of interesting perspectives have been shared as far as the Council of State elections are concerned, and that there is no legal bind on any advice that the council gives to the president. and this has led to a number of people saying that maybe it's about time we abolished the idea of the council. People. Why?
Yeah, because, you see, the Council of State, I see it like the House of Lords. As an upper house, if we were running some sort of bicameral legislature, which we're not, but I see it as being that House of Lords type of thing. But with the House of Lords, it's an inherited thing. And then some appointments are made based on becoming a knight or a lady or whatever and things like that. But the problem here is that we're taking these people with these good backgrounds and we're throwing them there with no real power. You haven't given them any power. And if you don't give them power, then they'll be like the National Media Commission, toothless. So we really must either we enshrine power given to them, for example, to even be vetting stuff that's coming out of the lower house, then which would be the House Parliament as it sits.
That's right.
In terms of laws, giving a second look at some of these laws.
I like where you're going with this. We'll come back to it in a moment. But Jonathan Ofori is on the line now with us this morning. Jonathan, good morning.
Good morning, Xtra.
And thanks very much for your time. So tell us how yesterday went. When we spoke, you painted a picture of, a nicely orderly setup with the police presence and all. Later in the day, we got updates of an arrest. What was the, what happened post midday when we spoke to you on the news?
Well, Xtra, it is important to state that yesterday's exercise was as a result of the chaos that ensued last week at the Regional Coordinating Council. And so at the Prempeh Assembly Hall where the election was held, security was beefed up and various accreditation protocols were reviewed. And so it was at that point in the afternoon where some NDC supporters clashed with police officers at the main entrance, leading to the arrest of one person. We later learned that 6 others were also picked up, and this is for the police to confirm, even though I saw earlier in the day the arrest of one person. And so the election was held without any eventuality after that incident was recorded. And the results are what we saw yesterday as confirmed by the Electoral Commission. The former National Democratic Congress Ashanti Regional Chairman, Yaw Owusu Obimpeh, emerged as winner of that tight election, beating his closest competitor, Nana Nkansah Boadu Nana Ayeboafo, who garnered 35 votes, while Daniel Anarfi Yamoah managed just 1 vote. The remaining 9 candidates, including Rose Hamilton and Frederick Ajay, failed to secure any votes. And so it was a moment of jubilation when Yaw Owusu Obimpeh's name was when he was declared winner from the Labour roundabout to the Roman Hill stretch was filled with party supporters, NDC supporters, who marched from the election ground to the party office at Amekum. And it was all about the fact that their own candidate, Yaw Owusu Obimpeh, was declared winner. We are picking some leads from the Jubilee House that appears to suggest that they may be sworn in either today or tomorrow. I have been told that arrangements have been made for that ceremony. And so my checks from Yaw Obimpeh's camp indicate that he should be in the national capital for that process to happen, Xtra.
Yeah, very well, thanks for that update. Now, a number of things happened yesterday. We observed that Mr. Kennedy Ajapong was refused entry into the grounds of the Prempeh Assembly Hall. Share with us what you learned.
Right. So, because the exercise was keen to top political figures, it was expected that many notable political figures will show up. And that was where we saw former MP for Bantima, former EPA boss, Henry Kwabena Kokofu. I also spotted the former education minister and MP for Bosomtwe, Yaw Owusu Obimpeh, current MP for Kwadaso, Professor Kingsley Nyakun. They were all there, but the security protocols prevented them entry because they were not accredited. Kennedy Japan was also spotted. Looking at how the situation was, he and looking at how the signal sent him, he and his team had to back off after exchanging some pleasantries and gestures. And so that was all happened when these political figures turned up.
Now, the election has seen the former Ashanti Regional Chairman of the NDC, Yaw Owusu Obimpeh, securing this decisive win. What does he bring to the table as far as his role as a member of the Council of State is concerned?
Well, this is a man who has served the party, the NDC party, for many years. For some of the political gurus in the NDC, they say this is a man who will be able to connect the grassroots and, by extension, inhabitants in the region to get development closer to the people. And so for somebody like the regional chairman, Augustus Nanakwesi, he says it is a victory for the Ashanti region and that Yaw Owusu Obimpeh remains the best person to represent the Ashanti region to counsel the president as far as Ashanti region development is concerned. And so for them, it is a victory in waiting as far as development is concerned.
Wow. Now, the rerun obviously was as a result of, the invasion and disruption that was caused by thugs last week. Now, largely, the rerun was successful because of the police presence. In spite of that, there was that one incident. What do we know created that skirmish?
Come again, Xtra. I lost you briefly.
What do we know as the root cause of that encounter, which led to the one person being arrested yesterday?
Yes, so Xtra, as I indicated, there were some a confrontation between police officers and some NDC supporters after they were notified that the security protocol had been reviewed to the extent that persons who are accredited would be allowed entry to the main voting area. And so if you look at the Prempeh Assembly Hall critically, its architecture is such that you will have to, there are two main entry and exit points, and the police took over both sides. And so in order to gain entry into the main auditorium, you have to cross those two gates. And so the NDC supporters tried to move in their numbers, but the police actually told them that security arrangements are such that you need to be accredited. And spontaneously, some heated exchanges ensued. And so the police, applying minimum force, managed to get one person who was whisked to the National Divisional Police Command, which is close to the Prempeh Assembly Hall. And as I have indicated, we also learned that some 6 additional persons were also arrested, but it is for the police to confirm this latest development. And so that was all that happened as far as that near chaos was concerned.
Great. Now, obviously, this win is done, and hopefully the swearing in will be done later today or tomorrow. Did the winner, Yaw Owusu Obimpeh, grant any victory speech? What has he said after the win?
Well, for him, the delegates have spoken, and he used the opportunity to thank them and also thank all the supporters, indicating his strong commitment to connect with the grassroots. And he says he will convey the problems, the challenges within the Ashanti region to the presidency for immediate action. And, of course, he didn't talk much. He says it's early days yet, and the win for him is something that he cherishes, and that it is an avenue to connect with the people of the Ashanti region. And in fact, the regional chairman of the Ashanti region also spoke, saying, he says, all that they anticipated had happened. Obimpeh will represent the Ashanti region at the Council of State level, and he is ready to provide the needed support for him to serve as a representative for the Ashanti region. And the assurance is that they will support the president to deliver, criticize when needed, and provide the necessary counsel for him to deliver to the good people of Ghana and, by extension, the Ashanti region.
Jonathan Afori, we're grateful for your time.
You're welcome, Kojo.
And that was Jonathan Afori, regional correspondent for the Ashanti region. So I was just asking Kojo about some, thoughts of, suggesting that the Council of State should be scrapped. And he's in support of that call. I don't know what your own thoughts are, but you can share them with us. Send us a WhatsApp to our WhatsApp line, or
Yeah, the Council of State. Okay, let me tell you. According to their own vision, a committed advisory body anchored by highly motivated, patriotic citizens for united Ghana. The mission to offer credible, impartial, and timely advice to the President of the Republic, Ministers of State, Parliament, and other public agencies to ensure responsible and accountable governance. This is on their website. So this is it.
But I mean, how do you ensure any of all of those things when nothing you do is binding on the president?
Right. I think that by virtue of the fact that they've been voted, the president would see it fit to understand that these are representatives, at least of the district assemblies, and feel, even if I'm not going to listen, these people maybe have the ear of they're coming from a place of almost grassroots, even though they're a council of elders. Basically, they're a council of elders. My problem is they are not being properly empowered, as far as I'm concerned, to sit like a House of Lords or any other senior house.
But that sort of speaks to the system we're running. A very unique system of a parliamentary system plus an executive presidency. And so, having what would look like a bicameral legislative house, it's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen because that's not how we're set up.
Exactly.
But we can empower it in such a way that at least if they have oversight. You see, if you're not going to listen to what I'm saying to you when I sit down and I prepare a document of advice, then I can be empowered so that whatever you're sending forward for law, I can review it. The problem is the Council of State itself can choose to be very lazy. If their own mission says we should be advising ministers and things like that, the president will look at them and say, my friend, they are my ministers. Either you talk to me or you don't talk to anybody. So why would it be in their mission that they are allowed to advise ministers of state, parliament, and other public agencies? How? The president has appointed every single board chairman or whatever, board CEO, you're going to go behind his back to go and speak to a public agency like ECG or Cocoa Board or something. I mean,
so if all of these are nearly ineffective,
of course they're ineffective. You're not going.
Then we probably shouldn't have it.
You and the president will have a serious falling out if the Council of State went straight to Cocoa Board and said, we don't like your cocoa prices, do something about it. Or the farmers say, you're not paying enough, do something about it. The best you can do is speak to the president to raise concerns. So the mission itself falls flat in the doing, because it will be difficult for them to talk directly to any public agency.
Okay, well, let's hear your thoughts. Make up your minds on this. Maybe we do need some serious review. It's 10 minutes.
Consider also the simple fact that we also have another senior body, which is the National House of Chiefs. Again, representative of the people, and therefore the voice of the people in a certain way.
So are we duplicating functions and giving them new names?
We can only duplicate functions when they're actually doing something. They don't do anything for you to say they're even duplicating. They're not excited. They're not engaged. Council of State, in all the stuff that's gone on, like this Boku thing, I would expect the Council of State to have gotten together with the National House of Chiefs and put together this dream team and gone straight up north and be sitting there at risk to their own lives until the matter is resolved. Then I know that we're getting action from them, because we see them as council of elders.
Fair points made. It would be nice to get yours. Send them on our Facebook stream or to our WhatsApp line 020-000-9951. It's 11 minutes past 8. Spot of music, and then when we come back, we're going to be talking to the bondholders, who should be very happy now.